we proudly present Women Wrestling Wars. In this ongoing series, we delve into the enthralling world of WWE, dissecting the thrilling segments and matches from Raw, ECW, and SmackDown on a week-by-week basis. Our ultimate goal is to determine which brand consistently delivered the most riveting and entertaining content. Rankings and recap for the latest episode. Raw 5 points. Edge and Lita raid John Cena's home and slap his dad. A dramatic and personal segment that intensifies the feud between Edge and Cena, with Lita playing a crucial role. Mickie James versus Lita for the WWE Women's Championship. Lita defeats Mickie James in a free TV title match, ending Mickie's reign and adding a major moment to the episode. Melina and Mick Foley attack Ric Flair during his match with John Morrison. Continues the Foley-Flair feud, with Melina's involvement adding to the chaos. Rosa Men's eliminated from 2006 Diva Search.
What you say? She ain't no diva. She ain't no diva. She ain't no diva.
Victoria, Candice, and Torrie versus Layla, Jen, and JT. In a wet and wild water fight, a playful and entertaining segment showcasing the Diva Search contestants. Carlito kisses Trish. Stratus officially pairs them as a couple, adding a romantic storyline. WWE Champion Edge with Women's Champion Lita versus Carlito with Trish Stratus. The match is interrupted by John Cena attacking Edge, maintaining high stakes and action. ECW 3 points. Kelly versus Melina versus Mick Foley in a three-way dance. Ric Flair's choke out of Mick Foley further spices up their rivalry. Test and Mike Knox with Kelly versus the FBI keeps Kelly in the spotlight while showcasing the growing faction of Test and Knox. The subsequent attack by Tommy Dreamer and Sandman adds to the hardcore element, with Kelly's presence maintaining her relevance. SmackDown talks to Teddy Long about canceling Ray versus Chavo, adds to the ongoing family drama and storyline involving Vickie, Ray, and Chavo. King Booker and Queen Sharmell tell Batista to kiss the King's feet, a strong promo segment that showcases the dominant heel persona of King Booker and Queen Sharmell. This was a slow week from SmackDown. Raw, 48 points. SmackDown, 23 points. ECW, 18 points. At SummerSlam, Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. In a highly anticipated match between Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero, the tension reached its peak. However, the match took a dramatic turn when Vickie Guerrero ran down to the ring. Her interference allowed Chavo to capitalize, securing a controversial victory over Rey Mysterio. Trish Stratus and WWE Women initiate Layla. This initiation solidifies Layla's entry into the main roster, adding new talent to the women's division. Mick Foley with Melina versus Ric Flair in an I Quit match. Ric Flair wins after Melina throws in the towel for Foley. Edge with Lita versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Edge cunningly retains his title using brass knuckles. This finish adds heat to Edge's reign and sets up further storyline possibilities with Cena. King Booker with Queen Sharmell versus Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. King Booker retains his title after Sharmell causes a disqualification. This outcome protects Batista while keeping the championship with Booker, with Queen Sharmell's interference adding drama and furthering her heel character. In a moment charged with anticipation and electric energy, Edge made his way to the center of the ring, microphone in hand, ready to address the sea of fans that had gathered. With a smug grin, he began to speak, declaring that this night, a night he had dreamed of his entire life, had finally arrived. Edge took a moment to revel in his victory, pointing out that many had doubted him.
But you were wrong!
Believing he would not leave as the WWE champion. In a dramatic gesture, approaching a young fan at ringside to ask if he had thought John Cena would retain the title.
Wrong!
With each word, Edge savored the irony of defying expectations, especially in Cena's hometown, to remain the WWE champion. The arena was filled with anticipation as Edge pondered aloud about the whereabouts of his championship belt and Lita, the reigning women's champion.
Hottest women's champion of all time!
The scene then shifted to Lita, who was stationed outside the arena, near the tranquil yet ominous waters of Bridgeport Harbor. With the WWE title belt in hand, she and Edge orchestrated a symbolic gesture to signify the end of John Cena's era.
I think we should remove the last remnants of John Cena.
A burial at sea for the championship title. With the belt discarded into the murky depths, Edge proclaimed the dawn of a new era. A new championship belt was ceremoniously lowered, a symbol of Edge's reign and the fresh narrative he aimed to author. But as Edge basked in the glory of his self-proclaimed era, his monologue was abruptly interrupted by the unexpected arrival of Jeff Hardy. The shock was palpable as Jeff, embodying his unique charisma, confronted Edge face to face, cutting through the champion's rhetoric with a simple accusation: Edge talked too much. Edge, visibly taken aback,
What the hell are you doing here, Jeff Hardy?
questioned his audacity, hinting at Hardy's absence from the scene and dismissing any notion of a comeback at his expense.
Did you die like 3 years ago?
Edge disparaged Jeff, echoing the fate of his brother Matt.
No talented loser, just like you.
Jeff Hardy responded with his fists, landing a punch and a mule kick, sending a clear message of challenge. As Jeff prepared to escalate the confrontation, Edge, ever the tactician, made a hasty retreat from the ring. The match between Trish Stratus and Victoria was a showcase of resilience, agility, and the fierce rivalry that existed between these two iconic women wrestlers. From the opening bell, the intensity was palpable as Victoria launched an assault with a powerful forearm. Trish, not one to be outdone, swiftly countered, propelling Victoria into the corner in a precision dropkick that sent Victoria tumbling. Trish executed a daring Luthes press from the apron, grounding Victoria with a flurry of punches that showcased her aggressive side. The action quickly returned to the ring, where Trish continued her offensive with a solid clothesline, securing a near fall. As she swiftly transitioned into a roll-up, Trish aimed to deliver her signature move, Stratusfaction. However, Victoria, ever the crafty competitor, countered with a devastating backbreaker. Victoria sought to maintain her advantage by targeting Trish's head with ruthless strikes that saw Trish's face driven into the mat. Victoria's attempt to further incapacitate Trish with another backbreaker was brilliantly countered by Trish. The match continued with both athletes trading blows, each determined to emerge victorious. Victoria's attempt to ascend the turnbuckles was met with resistance from Trish before executing an impressive Rana, further demonstrating her aerial prowess. The in-game approached as Victoria, seemingly in control, attempted to finish Trish with the dreaded Widow's Peak. Trish managed to block the move and, seizing the moment, connected with Stratusfaction. The impact was enough to secure the 3 count, earning Trish Stratus a hard-fought victory in a match that was as much a testament their rivalry. In a non-title bout that promised fireworks, Jeff Hardy squared off against Edge, who was accompanied by Lita, as Jeff Hardy launched himself into a baseball slide, swiftly followed by a planchette, allowing him to unleash a barrage of punches. The intensity ramped up quickly as Hardy chased Lita away, only to turn his focus back to Edge. The pace of the match took a turn when Edge, using his cunning and experience, managed to throw Hardy under the bottom rope. Edge followed up by Irish whipping him into the ring steps. Once Hardy was rolled back into the ring, Edge's onslaught continued with a kick and an elbow drop aimed at Hardy's back. Edge sadistically stretched him against the ring post while mockingly imitating Hardy's iconic pose. Despite this, Hardy's resilience shone through as he countered an Irish whip from Edge with a boot followed by a clothesline. Hardy's attempt at a top rope maneuver saw him miss, but he quickly recovered, landing a DDT for a near fall. The match saw a series of counters and high-flying moves, with Hardy landing a corkscrew sentence splash for a 2 count, but Edge fought back, displaying his own tenacity. In a dramatic sequence, Hardy executed a twist of fate, only for Lita to intervene, pulling Edge out of the ring at the 2 count, resulting in a disqualification victory for Jeff Hardy. John Cena, fueled by his own vendetta against Edge, stormed out to confront him, leading to a brutal brawl that spilled to the back, through metal doors. The conflict between Cena and Edge escalated to the docks, where amidst the chaos, Cena utilized a hose to choke Edge, only for the fight to be momentarily interrupted by agents attempting to restore order. In a climactic moment of defiance, Cena, after being attacked with a life preserver, regained the upper hand and delivered a stern message to Edge by throwing him into the harbor. Backstage, Mick Foley found himself in a contemplative state when Melina approached him, her gratitude for his actions the previous day palpable in her tone. Foley admitted his own surprise at Ric Flair's unpredictable demeanor and the intense situation it had led to. Melina's concern was evident as she inquired about Mick's next move. The looming possibility of Mick joining the infamous Kiss My Ass Club weighed heavily on the conversation. Foley expressed his dilemma. He couldn't fathom compromising his dignity or betraying his own principles. Melina, understanding the gravity of Mick's predicament, offered her unwavering support. She acknowledged him not just as a friend but as her mentor. Her respect and loyalty to Mick were clear as she affirmed that whatever decision he made, she would stand by him. Before departing for Johnny Nitro's match, she kissed Mick, leaving him with a sense of reassurance. In a highly anticipated encounter for the WWE Intercontinental title, Kane challenged the reigning champion, Johnny Nitro, who was accompanied by Melina at ringside. From the outset, Nitro appeared to adopt a strategy of evasion. Kane's sheer power was immediately evident as he sent Nitro crashing to the mat. Nitro continued to duck and weave, seeking any opportunity to gain the upper hand. Despite his efforts, Kane's dominance was undeniable. Kane's strength was on full display as he effortlessly tossed Nitro across the ring. The momentum shifted briefly when and cleverly dodged Kane's charge into the corner. Seizing the moment, Nitro executed a series of maneuvers aimed at weakening the larger man. However, Kane's resilience was unmatched. Kane ascended to the top rope, a move that often precedes his devastating clothesline. Just as it seemed Kane was poised to secure the victory, the arena was plunged into chaos with the unexpected arrival of Umaga, who launched a brutal assault on Kane, leading to an immediate disqualification. Umaga's attack was relentless and savage, leaving Kane incapacitated in the ring. The Samoan bulldozer showcased his destructive prowess, delivering a series of Samoan spikes and diving headbutts that left Kane bleeding and battered. We return to find Vince and his son Shane in the ring. Mick Foley, accompanied by Melina, makes his way to the ring.
Mick, my ass is over here.
Insinuating his participation in the Kiss My Ass Club.
A date with you to kiss my ass.
Mick, however, stands firm, declaring he won't comply. He expresses his love for WWE and his job but insists he isn't desperate.
I do not need it!
Vince interrupts to clarify that he hadn't threatened to fire Mick. Instead, he presents a chilling ultimatum.
I'm not gonna fire you if you don't kiss my ass. I'm gonna fire Melina.
If Mick refuses to kiss his ass, Melina will be fired. Torn, Mick confesses that no one is worth such a demeaning act. Vince, seizing control, prepares for the act, with Shane assisting him. Melina, distressed, urges Mick not to proceed. Mick, in a poignant confession, admits his willingness to endure this low for her potential stardom and their friendship, planning to drown the humiliation with mouthwash and alcohol afterward. As Vince bears himself, Mick condemns him before reluctantly fulfilling the deed. Melina's embrace of Mick post-act suggests solidarity, but it's quickly shattered by her betrayal. A devastating low blow to Mick is followed by her alignment with Vince and Shane. The cold declaration of
You're fired!
adds insult to injury as Vince and his cohorts depart, leaving Mick in shock and pain. Vince, unapologetically reveling in the moment, hints at his bizarre history with such acts.
I'm gonna have myself another Ashel.
And Johnny to enjoy their evening. In an exciting turn of events on ECW, the stage was set for an
Extreme Bikini Contest
between Torrie Willson
I'll be representing.
and Kelly. Amid anticipation and a Kelly doesn't strip, we riot. Torrie initiated the contest, confidently revealing her vibrant The moment Kelly was about to follow suit, the situation took an unexpected turn.
I wanna be saved, don't save me. I wanna be saved.
Charged with tension, Sandman issued a challenge,
You three, us three, right here, right now.
proposing an impromptu match. Torrie, undeterred and ready for action, discarded her heels and prepared to engage. Torrie seized the moment. She pulled Kelly into the ring and showcased her prowess, tossing her opponent around as the scenario evolved from a bikini contest into an unexpected mixed tag team skirmish. But the match escalated quickly as Torrie Willson decided to up the ante, preparing to deliver a stinkface to Kelly, much to the delight of the audience. However, the tag team dynamics shifted focus as Tess tagged into face Tommy Dreamer. Tess delivered a powerful side slam to Dreamer, and soon after, Knox joined in, assaulting Dreamer with a series of elbow drops amidst chants of "You can't wrestle" from the crowd. Knox and Tess efficiently worked together to maintain control over Dreamer, with Kelly showing disinterest by not even bothering to stand on the apron. Tess' strategy included a bear hug and an attempt at a pump handle slam. But Dreamer ingeniously escaped and countered with a neckbreaker. Sandman's offense included a leg sweep on Tess and a clever reversal of Knox's suplex attempt. He then executed the rolling rock senton off the top rope onto Knox, but his pin attempt was thwarted by Tess pulling him out of the ring. Sandman managed to escape Tess' clutches. Back in the ring, Sandman prepared for a Frankensander, but Knox intervened. Knox attempted a high-risk leg drop, but Sandman evaded, creating an opportunity to tag in Dreamer once more. Dreamer capitalized on the momentum, landing a decisive DDT on Knox for the pinfall victory. The crowd erupted in cheers as Dreamer, Sandman and Torrie celebrated their hard-fought win, encapsulating the chaotic and thrilling essence of ECW. In a classic display of ECW's hard-hitting style, Thorn, accompanied by Ariel, faced off against Mahoney in an Extreme Rules match. Ariel, known for her entrancing ring entrances, set the eerie tone before the bell even rang. The match started aggressively with Thorn ambushing Mahoney as he stepped into the ring. However, Mahoney quickly retaliated with a flurry of punches, energizing the crowd as they joined in with the familiar Balls chant. Mahoney then delivered a sharp kick to Thorn's face, knocking him out of the ring and onto the floor. Outside the ring, the brawl intensified. At one point, Mahoney, seizing a moment of improvisation, grabbed Taz's bottle of water and used it to strike Thorn. The action returned to the ring, where Thorn, not to be outdone, grabbed his cane to regain control. He viciously struck Mahoney with it and even jammed it into his throat, earning a near fall. Despite the brutal assault with the cane, the resilient Mahoney managed to fight back, rallying the crowd with his signature series of punches followed by a powerful spinebuster. Determined to finish Thorn, Mahoney reached outside the ring for his chair. However, Ariel played her part in this chaotic match by grabbing and biting Mahoney's leg as he tried to re-enter the ring. This distraction was all Thorn needed to gain the upper hand. Capitalizing on the moment, Thorn executed his lethal hangman stunner, pinning Mahoney for the win. As the show kicks off, the spotlight shines on world champion King Booker, who's majestically positioned in the center of the ring. Accompanied by Queen Sharmell, Finlay, and William Regal, the arena resounds with his lofty proclamation of
All hail
Hail King Booker!
King Booker, ever so grateful, extends his royal thanks to the adoring crowd. He proudly declares his triumph over the animal at last Sunday's event.
With my lovely queen by my side, I doused Batista's dreams of becoming world champion.
Asserting that no challenger can threaten his reign, King Booker emphasizes the importance of his royal court.
Without a royal court, there would be no king.
He then formally introduces his loyal knights, Sir Regal and Sir Finlay. The two knights vow to protect their king fiercely, promising to force any adversaries to kiss King Booker's royal pigas. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts as Lashley storms the ring, delivering a powerful spear to Finlay. The crowd erupts as the theme music for the animal blares through the speakers, signaling his arrival. The ring becomes a chaotic battlefield, a true Pier 6 brawl, with bodies flying and the crowd on their feet. Amidst the turmoil, SmackDown, General Manager Teddy Long makes his way to the stage.
I think what we need to do,
announcing a high-stakes handicap main event for the evening, King Booker, Regal, and Finlay versus the Animal and Lashley. Backstage, The Miz and Ashley find themselves in a conversation about Layla's recent win in the Diva search. Ashley remarks that Layla must be thrilled with her victory, to which The Miz agrees but quickly shifts the focus to himself, suggesting, the finale of the Diva search would have been even better if I'd co-hosted it, declares with his characteristic swagger, tonight, the Misfits and I are going to steal the show.
What exactly is a misfit?
Miz lights up at the question,
McFly, hello, McFly.
eager to explain.
Fan, like a huge Miz fan.
The Miz stands proudly in the ring, ready to introduce Layla for her debut after winning the Diva search and securing the impressive prize of $250,000 by triumphing over the last two contestants. As Layla steps into the spotlight, eager to express her gratitude to everyone who supported her, The Miz interrupts her with his trademark confidence. Just as Layla is about to speak, The Miz interjects, seizing the attention, and announces with gusto,
I'm gonna have my first match!
Vickie Guerrero makes her way to the ring, intent on addressing the events of SummerSlam. She starts by offering her apologies for her involvement in the match.
It is time for me to move on.
Expressing her desire to move past the incident and get on with her life. However, she feels it's important to first make amends with Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero.
I slapped Chavo. I hurt Rey on accident.
Hey, when people lie, do not lie!
Rey Mysterio is the first to accept her invitation, joining Vickie in the ring. Vickie offers a heartfelt apology.
I am so sorry hurting you by accident.
And they share a reconciliatory hug, seemingly putting any past issues to rest. Chavo Guerrero then makes his way to the ring. The mood remains positive as he and Vickie also share an embrace, suggesting that all is forgiven. Just as the audience starts to believe that peace has been restored, Chavo suddenly attacks Rey, catching everyone off guard. He grabs a chair, poised to strike Rey with it. However, Vickie steps in, seemingly to prevent the assault. She takes the chair from Chavo, but in a stunning twist, she swings it and hits Rey herself. Chavo capitalizes on the situation, delivering a brutal brainbuster to Rey onto the chair. Together, Vickie and Chavo leave the ring, leaving a betrayed and battered Rey behind, showcasing the cunning and ruthless nature of the Guerrero family. Paul London with Brian Kendrick versus KC James with Michelle McCool and Idol Stevens. The match kicks off with an intense exchange of blows between Paul London and KC James. London gains early control, aggressively cornering James and delivering a series of punishing strikes. However, James manages to turn the tide with a forceful whip followed by a high backdrop. Maintaining his momentum, James then executes a solid backbreaker on London. James presses his advantage, using a snapmare to bring London down. He then secures a neck wrench, slowing the pace and wearing down London further. Despite the pressure, London rallies, fighting back with a flurry of chops and right hands that re-energize the crowd. He lands an elbow strike, followed by a precise mushroom stomp from the top rope. London continues his offensive as London builds momentum. Idol Stevens interferes. This sparks Brian Kendrick into action. Back in the ring, London recovers and executes a flawless drop salt. London climbs to the top turnbuckle, eyeing a high-impact move to potentially finish the match. However, before he can launch his attack, the Pitbulls storm the ring, initiating a chaotic brawl involving all three teams. The referee is forced to call for the bell as the ring fills with wrestlers, turning the match into a wild melee. The teams exchange blows, with no clear dominance as the situation spirals out of control, leaving the match with an inconclusive ending. As SmackDown gets underway, Crystal Marshall and Jillian Hall go one-on-one, and as the bell rings, they waste no time and dive right into the action. Crystal quickly takes the upper hand with an impressive head scissors that leaves the crowd cheering. However, Jillian isn't down for long and responds with a powerful scoop slam, followed by a cartwheel press that nearly secures her a win with a 2 count. The intense intensity escalates as the match spills outside the ring. Outside the ropes, Crystal regains her momentum, executing a harsh hair toss followed by a painful standing hair pull, showcasing her determination to win. Jillian battles back with a swift roll-up that almost catches Crystal off guard, delivering a series of chops and a dynamic handspring elbow into the corner. Climbing to the second rope, Jillian launches into a crossbody. In a moment that highlights her showmanship, Jillian performs the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. The match nears its climax as Jillian hoists Crystal onto her shoulders in a fireman's carry. Crystal quickly rolls Jillian up into a pin. Crystal secures the victory, leaving the audience in awe of the swift turn of events and her cunning ring tactics. The Animal and Lashley vs. King Booker, Regal and Finlay with Queen Sharmell. The match kicks off with high energy as the Animal storms the ring with fierce determination, immediately targeting King Booker. However, the match's dynamics quickly change as Finlay intervenes, followed by a chinlock to slow down the pace. The Animal showcases his strength by snapping Finlay over his back and delivering punishing shoulder drives to his opponents. Lashley joins the fray, displaying his own power by overhead pressing Finlay and launching him onto Regal, causing Finlay and Regal to regroup outside the ring. The action resumes with Lashley narrowly missing a pinfall on Regal. Lashley continues to dominate until Regal manages to turn the tide with a timely clothesline. King Booker then enters the ring, delivering a series of royal stomps to Lashley's chest. The intensity escalates as Regal and Finlay team up, effectively wearing down Lashley with quick tags and strategic double teaming. Despite the onslaught, Lashley perseveres, managing a crucial counter on King Booker and tagging in the Animal. The Animal enters with a burst of energy, unleashing powerful right hands and slamming his opponents with remarkable force. As the match nears its climax, King Booker attempts to use his scepter as a weapon, but the Animal intercepts, followed by a spinebuster. The match ends with the Animal and Lashley standing victorious, having overcome the odds in a thrilling and action-packed handicap match.